Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages there. And if you're interested in a personal reading, have a look at the description box below because I'm running a promotion for the month of May. So it's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, my friends, let's get started. We're going to jump right into the tarot cards with the Celtic cross and see what messages do we have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, King of Cups is coming out first. Love that. Love the King of Cups' energy. So balanced emotionally. Able to be around a lot of chaos and drama and not get sucked into it. A beautiful, loving energy that's very warm, kind, and can offer guidance and counsel and not get pulled in to all of the drama. You know what I mean? So that's lovely. Let's see what the obstacle is for that energy with you right now. Ooh, Seven of Swords. That's interesting. Seven of Swords in reverse, no doubt. Or, like on top of it, it's in reverse. Very interesting. No doubt the Seven of Pentacles sort of has a rap for being about deception and sneakiness and trying to get away with something, right? And so when you see it in reverse, the Seven of Swords can sort of bring in this feeling of lying to yourself. Like you're not being sneaky or deceptive with anyone but yourself right now. So I think taken together, it's early. We just started the reading. We just got 2 cards on the table. But seeing these together tell me, Pisces, that right now you could be lying to yourself about some feelings you have for someone. You may be denying some feelings and some love and some emotion that you're feeling. Are you denying some emotions? Are they about love? Are they for, is it the love directed at someone? Are you denying that you have feelings of love for someone? Or are you denying emotions to yourself in general about something? Let's see what's top of mind. What's on the top of mind here for our Pisces friends? King of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, that's intriguing because the King of Pentacles in reverse, to me, is a card where we become a little bit narrow focus, and it's focused on material wealth. It's focused on material stability and security, which oftentimes in our world here on Earth is money. Is money, is security, is stability, is belonging, is identity. So seeing it all and seeing that in reverse tells me all of those things could be in crisis. And as a result, when anything's in crisis, we tend to have a laser focus on it where we're not paying attention to anything else. And we're just focused on the area where we perceive insecurity, especially when it's material insecurity, because that could be your basic needs aren't being met, like your needs for food, clothing, housing, and a way to sustain yourself, right? And when those things tend to be insecure, we do tend to get kind of focused on that and only that. And so that kind of tells me that right now you have an opportunity to sort of be honest with yourself about some feelings and maybe take a path that you may have thought you missed out on. When I see that 4 of Cups with this 2 of Wands, you may have an opportunity here to take a path towards something that you were, you may have thought you missed out on something. You may have thought that that was a loss, that was a missed opportunity with this 4 of Cups. And it's almost like you're torn. Like, do I focus on establishing my own security, which feels a little unstable right now? Or do I focus on these feelings that I'm denying to myself? This is very interesting reading so far. It feels like it's a moment where you're sort of like, do I stay focused on the areas of my life that will improve my own stability and security and like my identity, who I am, building that up, understanding myself? Or do I focus on these feelings that I have maybe of love for something or someone that I feel like I've already missed out on that opportunity? It's passed me by. And so I deny that I have feelings for it because it's passed me by already. So now I'm just laser focused on myself. But seeing that Two of Wands tells me, well, you have a choice here. You can choose to focus on whatever you want. Let's see what's driving all of this. What's at the heart of the matter? The base of the matter is separation. Well, you might want to watch Aquarius's reading. That's very interesting. So you are denying to yourself that you are in love with someone. I mean, like, to me, this says you are separated from someone that you can't or haven't been able to let go of that connection. You've always seen it as a missed opportunity, but you're at a place where you're denying to yourself that it matters because you're focusing on yourself right now. You're not focusing on this person or the feelings you have for this person because they broke your heart. And whenever you think about them, you sort of think, man, what a missed opportunity. That could have been so different if it had played out differently. It could have had a very different ending. And so I think right now you're just focused on your material stability. You're like, it's almost like someone who had a heartbreak and they're like denying that they feel that heartbreak and they're just focused on work. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm sorry, I have the hiccups all of a sudden. It's like you have squished, maybe that's why I have the hiccups. Excuse me, because you've suppressed your emotions. You've suppressed your emotions to the point now where they're trying to come to the surface and you keep pushing them down. I hope these hiccups go away. And you're just like, I'm just going to focus on my work. It's a very interesting dynamic, where you're choosing to focus on your work because you're denying your true feelings about this heartache. Look at the bottom of the deck. Sorry to laugh like that, but there's that loud hiccup. I'm so sorry. You're not going to be able to deny this. Just like my hiccups can't be stopped, you can't deny these feelings for much longer, Pisces. This is coming to the surface, even physically within me right now in the form of hiccups, where your emotions are, you're going to have to deal with them. Everything could change very suddenly for you, Pisces. I almost feel like this person could come back. You could have a second chance with this person. I'm just going to pause for a second to get rid of these hiccups. One moment. Okay, I think they're gone. Okay, so I think that this could be a sudden shift. You're trying so hard to just focus on work and yourself and your stability and security and who you are and developing that. All the while you have these emotions that you're sort of denying to yourself that I think are going to come to the surface whether you want them to or not. And you may have to face them and in some way, shape, or form. Let's see what the past influences are here. Past influences. Oh, that's too many. Past influences on this situation for Aquarius. Ooh. Oh, man. This situation ended in a way that really devastated you. No wonder you're suppressing your emotions. I get it. Like, Three of Swords is one thing, but the Ten of Swords as well, but it's in reverse. So that means that when it happened, it was sudden and it really was devastating. It was a very painful ending. Seeing it in reverse to me says that enough time has passed now where you might, even though you're still feeling all the feelings, I think that you got up from this and you carried on, right? Did you suppress your emotions? Yes. Are you still actively emotionally in this space? I would say so, based on what I'm seeing here. But are you consciously choosing to do something else with your focus? 100%. You're not entertaining these emotions. They're there under the surface, but you're focused on yourself and you're like, I'm just going to keep focusing on myself, my work, my identity, my security, my material success. I'm not going to indulge this because this hurt so much. I will not allow myself to let these emotions come to the surface. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's see what the upcoming energy, the future influences on this situation are. Wow. Two of Pentacles in reverse with the Nine of Wands. So you're going to find that you're going to have to sort of address this one way or another, because I think you're going to start to feel a little bit of burnout with that Nine of Wands, because you can't just keep focusing on work and ignoring these emotions. The Two of Pentacles tells me that you're going to have to prioritize something, that there may be too much going on right now or in the future, that you're going to have to make a choice. You've got two twos. So that tells me that you're going to have to make a choice about something. You're going to have to prioritize something. You're going to have to leave the comfort zone. You're going to feel so burnt out by just focusing on work that you may have to start to sort of prioritize other things too, that you can't just focus on work all the time, because you'll end up burning yourself out. And perhaps in that space of burning out, you're going to realize that you need to set a priority for yourself moving forward that's more in balance, so that you're not juggling too many things at once and ignoring these emotions that are trying to come to the surface. Seeing the Devil on the bottom of the deck just now in reverse, which says that you can't keep denying things to yourself. You're eventually going to have to break through that denial and realize something that's hiding out in the shadows where you've suppressed it, nice and hidden, right? Through defense mechanisms, through conscious will, where you're like, I am not going there again. I will not entertain these feelings I have, even though they're coming up in my dreams, and it's coming through when I'm sort of just not aware of it really, but it's there, like very interesting. Let's see how you see yourself. Where does Pisces see themselves? 10 of Pentacles. You're really focused on the legacy you want to leave. You're focused on your money, your stability, your legacy, your identity. Your conscious focus is there. And I mean, I don't not like that. I do like it. Like, I like seeing that your focus is on your stability, security, your legacy, your ability to be self-reliant and self-sustainable. But it's like you have to expand beyond that and add something else. You can't just keep working yourself, Pisces. You're going to have to take a break and address this or some other way of sort of enjoying your life a little bit here. I almost feel like there's a limit on that you're just so focused on work. You're like, that's the only priority. I don't have time for fun. I don't have time for emotions. I don't have time for love. I have to just keep making money and focusing on myself. And that, again, I get it, because if you're in a spot where you don't feel secure with your basic needs, that becomes the focus. And I get that. But I just think this reading is guiding you to think about what would be emotionally fulfilling for you as well. There's the 10 of Cups. That's the third 10 we're seeing. We see the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. There's the 10 of Cups. So there's a lack of harmony and balance right now emotionally, because you're pushing your emotions down to the surface, and you're just focusing on getting work done and leaving a legacy and having some stability and security and grounding and understanding yourself on a deeper level. But it feels like there's a piece that you're leaving out of it. Let's see how other people are seeing you. Interesting. Fool in reverse. So other people are sort of seeing you as not necessarily taking a leap of faith into a new path. It's like you are limiting yourself. And that card, when I see the Fool in reverse, I often think to myself, why don't you believe in yourself? Why don't you believe you can take this new journey? Why don't you believe you're worthy of a new beginning? Where's your optimism and enthusiasm towards this? Have you already decided that you know how this will end, so you're not even going to go down that road in the first place? This could be a time where you've overthought things to the point where you've only focused on how it might not work, how it doesn't seem realistic. And it's like you're not allowing yourself to be a dreamer. You're not allowing yourself to take a journey because you've already decided how it's going to end. And without that leap of faith, you might never realize what could happen, right? I really feel like this is related to whatever emotions you're not allowing to come to the surface. There's the Nine of Cups. It's like you're not allowing yourself to even entertain how fulfilling something could be or how satisfied you could be. I think because you're sort of overly focused on the stability aspect, the security aspect, that you're not willing to take a chance here. Let's see, what are the hopes and fears surrounding Pisces? Interesting. So we see the Temperance card in reverse with Judgment upright. So that tells me that there's an aspect here of self-realization, realizing something about yourself, an awakening, seeing the new direction opening up for you and understanding this rebirth in a sense. You're being reborn, but you're not in balance with it. You're impatient. You're not sitting in the present moment. I almost feel like there's a part of you that wanders into the past and then quickly runs over to the future. Where you sort of need to be grounded in the present too. So it almost feels to me like for hopes and fears that you're sort of at a place where that impatience to see your dreams come to life is creating a lack of harmony, and that emotional suppression that we see here, where you're denying your emotions about something, isn't serving you. There is an awakening here, and I think a part of you wants that. A part of you is hoping for that. A part of you is like, I'm ready to realize this. I'm ready to understand my true motivations and to be totally transparent and unapologetically myself. But there's also a part of you that's holding back and sort of judging the timing on this, saying this isn't moving fast enough. And you could be focusing on lack when you do that. You could be focusing on what you don't see in your picture that you want to see, instead of focusing on what is present. It's almost like you need to be more moderate and not so polarized, right? Like, again, you're focused way too much on one area of your life, and it's almost like you're ignoring a whole other area of your life simultaneously. And that's triggering, right? That's triggering hopes and fears for you around this whole dynamic. Will you be able to achieve what you desire or not? And are you too impatient or just not in balance with it because you're denying your emotions? Let's see what the potential outcome of this situation could be. Oh, that's way too many. Let's see again. What is the potential outcome here? It's the Emperor coming through, but in reverse. So the outcome here is that I do feel like you're a leader, and I feel like you have natural leadership skills. But you need to come into balance with yourself. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust that you can achieve your goals and still feel your feelings. Like, the thing about the Emperor is that's Aries energy, which is kind of burns hot and fast and really has this strong inspiration and then just goes for it and then deals with things as they come up after. But I'm almost seeing here that you're at a place where you're almost burnt out of doing that kind of hot and fast fire, right? Like, you need a long sustained burn here. Like, you need to find something that's really authentic and in balance with you on all levels. You can't suppress the emotions and just focus on work all the time, because you'll end up sort of burning yourself out, and then it's like you'll be out of balance, right? And it's interesting because the bottom of the deck is the Lovers in reverse, which says to me that you could be out of balance with yourself because you're suppressing emotions. You're not completely present in the present moment. You're sort of wandering from the past to the future. And there's a part of you that doesn't feel stable. There's a part of you that doesn't feel comfortable in your own skin right now, Pisces. And it's almost like you need to look at that right now. That's sort of what your reading is guiding you towards. Now, let's have a look here at this oracle deck to see what final guidance you'll receive to close this reading. For Pisces. Let's What's the highest guidance here for Pisces? One more card. One just came out. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, two more cards. Okay, so the first card that came out is to the sea in reverse. Now, when that card shows up, it typically means that you need to go with the flow on something, that you can't change the direction of the river, that you have to step in the river and allow it to take you in the direction it needs to go. When it shows up in the reverse, it can be sort of a message of feeling blocked, right? And that there is no hidden here. There's no message for you to decipher. You need to go where the river is taking you. There's a natural cycle here that there's no cause for alarm, but it's almost like you have to stop resisting and stop suppressing some emotions and to learn to go with the flow, even when you're not sure where it's taking you, but to relax and trust that everything will work out the way it needs to. But I feel like you really need to allow that emotional suppression to come to the surface. And it's interesting because we're seeing truth be told in reverse, which is a message that says only the authentic truth will serve in this moment. So denying your feelings to yourself isn't going to help you understand what this energy is trying to teach you right now. It's like you all that will serve right now is the truth and nothing but the truth. You won't be able to move forward until you acknowledge that truth to yourself. That could be part of the block. That could be why it's hard to go with the flow, because in some ways you're misleading yourself by saying that this isn't real. These emotions that you're suppressing, it's nothing. No big deal. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm not entertaining this. And it's interesting because the other card you received was the Fates, and that kind of fell through in the reverse as well, which can be a time where it's very difficult for us to understand why painful things happen in the first place. Like, there may be a part of you still trying to understand what happened here, why this painful moment happened in the past, why this heartbreak is still ever present on your mind, why you can't just squish it into non-existence. Do you know what I mean? As much as you're trying to, by focusing on your career or focusing on your stability and your security in the material world, it's just proving to not go anywhere. You're unable to sort of dismiss this. So you must surrender to it. When there are situations that we can't accept and we can't change, ultimately the only solution is to surrender to it, because it's here. And there's no denying that it's here. Right? Wow, what an interesting reading, Pisces. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to reading for you again soon, my friends. Take care, and I'm sending you so much love.